Product recommendation is a great way to analyze customer behavior based on their purchases in order to recommend products they have never bought before. For example, if a customer is listening to Mozart and Beethoven, and let's say I am listening to Mozart, the system will recommend Beethoven because it already analyzed similar customer purchases. In this video, we will learn how to run a recommended product operator inside a data pipeline. For that purpose, we are using a Playground invoice dataset that we integrated prior to this tutorial. Invoice data contains information about the product, so we can extract its information from this invoice data source. To see what's inside of it, we must add a custom SQL operator to run a query. So as we can see, this customer ID purchased product with this SQ, which generated an invoice number. To run a recommended product operator, we require 3 parameters. The first one is customer ID, product ID, and rating. Rating is used if the customer rates a product. For example, a viewer can rate a movie. But on this data set, since we don't have a rating, we will assign a rating of 1 to all products. We can prepare our data then with an SQL query. The results are 3 columns: customer ID, product ID, and rating. So now let's save our prepared data and run the SQL operator. Now that our data is prepared, we can drag and drop the recommended product operator. Configuration is pretty simple. Just select the table you will be working with and match the information inside the columns. The next step is to decide how many items we want to recommend to each one of our customers. In this example, we will select 10 products per customer. Next, let's jump onto training parameters. Recommended product uses an algorithm called ALS. If we want to change how to train parameters, we can continue doing so here. The ALS algorithm runs on Spark, so if we want to change that setup, we can do so here as well. Changing this setup is useful if a bigger or lower machine is needed, or if we need to change the memory, for example. Using our default setup may be enough in most cases, so we advise on leaving it as is. So let's save it and run the operator. It's valid to note that we don't have to wait until it completes running. We can just save our pipeline and come back when it's ready. The green check mark will be the indicator of that. In this demo, the dataset will take about 5 to 10 minutes to be ready. It really depends on the size of your dataset. So after 5 minutes, the recommended product task is completed. To see the results, we can drag and drop a custom SQL operator and then run a simple SQL query. As you can see, we have now 3 columns: user ID, item ID, and rank. So for each customer, we will have 10 product recommendations that they never purchased before. From now on, we have this information available to take action based on it. We can export this by using a CSV file. We can export the information with APIs, or we can take any other action available in our platform.